Welcome back. This is the Muffin here, doing a pretty crazy idea of trying to see what tier it's going to take, 13 of them, to take out a MAUS. We're starting here at tier 5 just because I think anything really below tier 5 doesn't even stand a chance. And if these tanks are going to stand any chance in taking out a MAUS, just with how much armor it has, I think on average you're looking at about 200, about 240. It is a little weaker on the sides and the rear, but these tanks, I think your best chance is if you're going to be a tank destroyer using premium ammunition, and that is if the MAUS exposes its sides is pretty flat. So this first round, I would have to say, is just absolute chaos with all these tier 5 tanks just rushing toward this MAUS. And it's kind of funny because even during the time that the MAUS was produced, a lot of these other tanks, even at tier 5, even though a lot of tanks in Blitz were either blueprints or whatnot, were some tanks that were still in combat, still fighting, even a KV-1 being used in this. And the KV-1 being used in Blitz with its top tier cannon was not the historical cannon that was primarily used. The cannon was a lot worse. And so if a KV-1 ever came across the MAUS tank on the battlefield, it wouldn't even stand a chance in penetrating it. The T-34s at tier 5 would have an extremely difficult time even doing anything to this MAUS tank. And you can just see everyone else here just trying to do what they can and just leaving everybody. I think at this point, now they are doing some damage that may just be some HE splash, but I mean, what else do you do? That may be all you can do to the MAUS. Just an absolute disaster. We're actually, in the next rounds, we're going to go up a tier. So we're now going to see after this if the MAUS can win against 13 tier 6 tanks. If the tier 6 win, we'll add a MAUS and go up a tier to 2 MAUS versus 12 tier 7s. So quite fun. Thank you to all the subscribers that have helped with this and all the videos. You guys are great. You guys are what make the channel. And thank you so much, Garion, for helping with the editing with this as well. Oh, that poor little... Oh, wow. I think was that a track shot on that toaster? There's one lucky toaster. Just watching these poor tier 5s just getting dissolved. You can see how they are able to take out a decent amount. I mean, so far, they've gotten the MAUS down to impressively, I guess, almost half, and that's probably primarily just from HE splash. Now tier 6 is an entirely different beast because you have the KV-2. I did do a vid where we took a MAUS for 7 KV-2, and that was extremely hard. The HE splash from that 152 millimeter KV-2 would just tear the MAUS apart. So we're going to see what the subscribers choose for the next round. And I actually was able to participate in the next round. I haven't done that in a little while. I love being able to give the subscribers a turn while doing these videos. Sometimes we get a lot of people in the rooms, and would much rather prefer others being able to have a turn and being able to try out these really fun scenarios we do. Give you guys the airtime. You guys deserve it. It's only just a couple more here. Just look at all this wreckage around him. Just chaos. And lastly, we have the KV-1. Just gets absolutely crushed. So yeah, we could easily say that was a rough battle for Tier 5. Even though I would say they definitely put up a good fight. They took out more hit points than probably what I was expecting, to be honest with you. Here we go for some Tier 6 action. 13 Tier 6 against 1 MAUS. Can they do it? Tier 6 having a bit more penetration. Now, we didn't have as many KV2s as I thought. We might have had subscribers try out or do. And in this one, if you are curious or wondering, I am in the Hellcat. Ooh, that was actually a decent amount of damage, and I think even caught the MAUS on fire for a second there. So really, if the MAUS is going to have the best chance of survival here, he really is doing and positioning himself in the way that he should. Kind of against a corner here. Now, if he can kill enough of these tanks on the sides... Look at that. Man, just having such a hard time even trying to penetrate the sides. Ooh, SU-100Y there. Really needing to get rid of those derpy tanks. Yeah, once the HE starts... just starts pouring in, this is where they really can start running into trouble. If he can kill these tanks off to the sides of him, it's going to really help his survival, as it's just going to be piles of basically dead tanks next to him and won't allow any of the other tanks to get to his side. Now, I was this Hellcat. Look at this, Garion. Oh, you got to take me out. Well, good play. I honestly should have been the KV2. So very smart here, trying to do what he can, trying to take out the lethal cannons. MAUS losing a bit more hit points here and actually draining much faster. So from what it looks like, it's going to take... The MAUS survived all the way up to Tier 6. 13 of them against itself. Quite impressive. I was watching a video yesterday on a story, World War II story, of how a Tiger 1 tank took on 50, or had knocked out 50 T-34s. Just absolutely crazy. Alright, so now we have 2 MAUS tanks against 12 Tier 7s as our last round here. Let me know, do you think the MAUS tanks can survive, or will the 12 Tier 7 tanks be enough to take them out? Yeah, doing what's necessary. Getting already kind of off the bat, losing some decent hit points from some hits. Got themselves back up in a corner here. Every shot is really going to count. MAUS has the most hit point, or the largest hit point pool of any tank in the game. So these Tier 7s are going to have a lot to burn through. Wow, just look at those rounds bounce. I don't know. I don't know if MAUS is going to be able to do it even with 2 of them. We even have the Smasher here. There are still a lot of tanks to burn through. And the MAUS, these 2 MAUS tanks are getting pretty low on hit points. 3 tanks down. Oh no. Well, 2 of the tier 7s down. Only 1 MAUS left. Catches on fire. And that is it. So my guess is maybe if it would have been 13 MAUS tanks versus 11 tier 7s, then the MAUS tanks could have done it. But honestly, let me know what you guys think. This is the Muffin here. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.